So hello and welcome, dear Bayern fans. Servus from Säbener Straße. It's the final practice session of Bayern Munich ahead of the second leg of the Champions League quarterfinals tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central European time at Allianz Arena against Arsenal. The first game, as you probably know and remember, ended in a 2-2 draw at the Emirates Stadium in London. So we are absolutely looking forward to that game tomorrow. After drawing in the first game, Bayern reached this next round of a European Cup in 22 occasions. They ended their international campaign in 3 of those occasions, 2 times against Liverpool. So let's just hope that tomorrow won't be the 4th of those cases in the last 25, 26 games so far. Bayern kicked out Arsenal in 2001, 2005, 13, 14 and 17 in the round of 16. And we can see Leon Goretzka and Conny Laimer entering the pitch. It's really, really windy. Very gusty winds, around 10 degrees Celsius. That's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can see Harry Kane has a tough time getting his hair in order, as Thomas Tuchel is wearing a hat today, a woolen hat, so he doesn't have that problem. So apologies for the wind noise that enters your screens via our microphones pitch side. But that's just the way it is. It is extremely windy in Munich today. In the forecast, it's actually a bit more chilly for tomorrow, as far as I know, but I will look it up for you in a minute. And you can see Manuel Neuer is already stretching, while the Bayern Munich players are warming up a bit with the ball. So tomorrow it might be raining slightly in the morning, but in the evening it should be rather dry with around 5 degrees Celsius. And that is, in case you're wondering, around 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Is Leroy Sané. He has to play through that pain barrier with his groin injury that he's carrying around for quite a bit, and it's probably not going to go away for the rest of the season. Dayo Upamecano currently not amongst the top 2 central defenders. This partnership is currently, as it seems, consisting of Matthijs de Ligt and Eric Dyer. Bayern Munich players appear to be in a good mood. As you know, ahead of a Champions League game, we can bring you 15 minutes of that final practice session before the media has to exit the training field, and so do we in those occasions. Yes, Harry Kane was part of the press conference ahead of the quarterfinal second leg tomorrow. Scorer of 7 goals this Champions League campaign. He's the top goal scorer this Champions League season. And he scored 32 in the Bundesliga this season as well. So Professor Holger Broich gets us underway. A few rounds around the training pitch with Thomas Müller. It could be his 150th Champions League game with Bayern Munich. Only Xavi, the former Barcelona midfield great, has 1 game more. And Iker Casillas actually also has 150, so Thomas Müller could equal the Spanish goalkeeper in second, just behind Xavi. And let's hope there are more games to come this season in the Champions League after tomorrow's game. So the curtain is not up today, and you know the reason why. It's just too windy. Thomas Tuchel mentioned that Bayern will need every fan available tomorrow to push the team on, as Arsenal is definitely a very, very dangerous opponent. They lost 2-0, however, against Aston Villa on Sunday. The first loss this calendar year in the Premier League after 11 games undefeated in the league. And it's the first quarterfinal for Arsenal since 2010, while Bayern is actually pretty much a regular contender in the quarterfinals. The 22nd in total, the 12th in the last 13 years for the German record champion. There will be no Alphonso Davies as he is suspended after 3 yellow cards. Manuel Neuer warming up. Was pretty much a precautionary measure to leave him out of that Cologne game that Bayern won 2-0 this past weekend. With that adductor problem. Leroy Sané also missed that game, as you know, with his muscular groin injury that we were talking about earlier. And here are the outfield players warming up in their white Champions League warm-up kits. Sounds like a tornado if you ask me, but it hopefully isn't. It's just really gusty winds. And you really have to fear for Mathys Tel with his hair open there. Let's just hope that he doesn't get a wind gust into his hair today, as he was joking with Thomas Müller, as his path back after that drill was probably not according to the plans. Nice and easy warm-up with Min-Jae Kim there as well, and the focus on Thomas Müller. Like I said, 150 Champions League games. That is quite an achievement. And who knows, maybe he will reach that mark tomorrow. As you all know, Kingsley Coman is out with his muscular injury. That's so unfortunate. Same with Serge Gnabry. Has that hamstring tweak, and he was just fighting his way back, and he was scoring goals like crazy in the past couple of weeks, but then those injuries hit him again. Jamal Musiala with Alphonso Davies and Alexander Pavlovic. Pavlovic is probably not a candidate for the starting 11 after his illness. He's not back to 100%, but as Thomas Tuchel keeps stressing, Bayern has to prepare for maybe 120 minutes tomorrow. So that means he will probably use all 5, or in the extra time, even the 6th substitution available. And to have a guy like Alexander Pavlovic on the bench will definitely be helpful, depending on the situation. The question is obviously who's going to replace Alphonso Davies. There are some thoughts from Thomas Tuchel to maybe use Nusay Mazraoui on the left side, but the decision hasn't been made yet. Obviously, one of the #1 candidates will as well be Rafael Guerreiro, who is a left back by trade. So this is one of the key decisions yet to be made. Same with the position on the wings. Obviously, Leroy Sané, we mentioned that he's too good in form, and he was terrorizing that Arsenal defense in the first leg. So he will definitely be a shoe-in winger for the starting 11. Then there will be a place for Musiala. Maybe centrally, maybe on the wing, as Manuel Neuer and Sven Ulreich are training their reaction skills. It's probably a bit more complicated with the wind, but they're having fun, as Manuel Neuer was fooling Sven Ulreich just a little bit there. And Daniel Peretz is there as well. And I don't know, really, if you ask me, whether those tennis balls are still from that fan protest against the investor for the Bundesliga that we had a couple weeks ago. So here's Manuel Neuer with Daniel Peretz. Sven Ulreich watching on as the goalkeeping coach Michael Rechner is getting ready to shoot from close range. Bit of water from the sprinklers that is cruising through the picture here. Here's Thomas Tuchel, who reached Champions League semi-final with Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain in his managerial career so far. He won the Champions League, obviously, as you know, in 2021 with Chelsea. Harry Kane scored 1 goal in the first leg, and he scored 15 goals in 20 games against Arsenal, so he's definitely someone who knows the opponent very well. He spent 1 year in the Arsenal Academy back in the days when he was really young, 8 years of age only. So that's quite some time ago. So we're moving on towards the next drill. Next, more like a rondo with Thomas Müller establishing some special rules as he touched the ball with his hand in order to, well, call for some sort of timeout. But the mood seems to be very light, very good. With Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting in the middle as well, and Nusa Mazraoui. Only 1 touch allowed in that particular rondo drill. Liam Goretzka with Eric Dyer. Kimmich and Leroy Sané in that same practice group for that particular drill, and Jamal Musiala and Rafael Guerreiro. So the atmosphere is going to be completely different tomorrow. Be sure to tune in. We have audio service in German, in English for you tomorrow for the game at 9 p.m. Central European Time from Allianz Arena. It's Bayern Munich against Arsenal after the 2-2 in the first leg. There's still everything to play for, and we are awaiting a great atmosphere tomorrow and a great game, so make sure to join us. And I'd be more than delighted to welcome you tomorrow from Allianz Arena. We'll catch you there. Thank you very much for passing by for this practice session. See you then. Bye-bye.